I am Angshuman Mukherjee. I completed my MBA from Acharya Bangalore Business School, ABBS, and currently I am working as a finance executive in G4S, where I am totally in the AR part. One of the skill which I learned from ABBS was getting on time is a very important part in finance. It's a person who is wanting to join as a finance role in a corporate company. So if you think that weekend I can enjoy and Monday to Friday only will work, it is not possible. Month end you need to work. You need to work and you need to close your books.
Hi, I welcome you to Changemakers by ABBS podcast. Thank you so much for joining us in today.
It's my pleasure doing a podcast with ABBS again. I studied here for 2 years, so it is a great getting back to the older times, getting it.
Right, so before we get into the actual conversation, would you mind letting us know a bit about yourself, your journey so far, and also the work that you do?
Yes. I am Angshuman Mukherjee. I completed my MBA from Acharya Bangalore Business School, ABBS. And after that, during my MBA tenure, I worked as a finance intern in Healthcare. There, I used to handle making of custom client invoices in Zoho books and Zoho CRMs. And after that, I also looked into the P&L, making of P&L for the monthly closing, quarterly closing, and yearly closing. And after that, I also looked into the vendor payments for doing the payments for the vendors and salary for the employees and all to finance department. And that's my role. And currently, I am working as a finance executive in G4S, where I am totally in the AR part, means raising of invoices on that is their personal portal of G4S that and payment collecting and taking client relationship with such as solving the issue for reconciliation of the entries, passing a correct entry according to client's ledger, and getting the purchase order with the client and going forward all the process.
Right, right. So, what is the toughest challenge that you faced in your job role in invoicing and collections?
So basically, in my first job where I worked as a finance intern there, I basically it was a very huge task because it was a startup, and in a startup you can know such a difficult environment, dynamic environment to work there. So basically, I was handling around 2 to 3 CR of business there also. Alone, I was handling it. So it was a bigger challenge in invoicing such a big amount of clients because invoicing is up, means full stop to comma. It should be an accurate data. Without accuracy, you can't even think the client will accept it. And if it goes to the credit, not again at approvals and all, it matters a lot. So it was a bigger challenge. And coming to my current company, it was a bigger challenge for getting it done for payment collection. Basically, I am involved in a bigger clients. On the small clients, I don't handle. It goes to the operation team and they solve it up because operation team are the main person who gets in touch with the client on a regular basis. We have clients where around 2 to 3 CR of payments are pending. There I go inside, such as Walmart is there, where monthly billing is around 1 CR, 86 1 CR. It depends on the requirements and has been and all. Deloitte and all, they're all our clients. So I visit them. If client relation is good, client will provide you good amount of service. Payments also you will get easily. That is not an issue, but you have to manage that relationship with the client. Client holding is a process. It is a big process. Even as people learn it over time, I also learned it took me around 2 years to get it into the corporate structure and getting it done.
Right. So, how do you handle purchase order issues under pressure?
So purchase order issue basically for the bigger clients such as Walmart, Deloitte, KPMG, Wipro, they provide 1 year PO. So once it will only come. So once I check it is done, we tell our coordinators of the SO department, they update it in the SO and accordingly we raise the invoice. So that is the easiest part. But the smaller clients which are all startups and also they provide on 6 month basis, monthly basis, and that is the main thing because in that there are 2 3 things you need to see in the purchase order. Basically, the payment terms which should match with the agreement, which the SOW which have been signed with the company and the client, and the GST number. In the GST number, you need to put the GST number of the company in the GST portal and see is it a tax exempt unit or it is it is treated as the Indian MNC. So that is the main thing you get there. And after that, the value of the PO should match with the agreement. Means if you're doing business of 16 lakhs per year, it should be 16 lakhs, not more, not 1 rupees more, 1 rupees less. That PO value should be not that tax amount. It should be a taxable amount, the service value which has been taken. The tax, it goes to the liability part. So tax is excluded from the PO, but 16 lakh business means not 1 rupees less, not 1 rupees more. 16 lakh, exactly 16 lakhs will be mentioned in the PO. But all the description means you are taking what services, XYZ, manpower. It should be mentioned properly in the PO and the balance should be given there. So accordingly, I can raise the invoice. I cannot change to my need. It is not possible. And if the PO value with this, the client will not issue another PO. They will refill that PO only for the year. Because in 1 year, one PO is valid. Client can raise 2 POs for different events and all, but it is not nice to have two different POs.
One moment or instance where you solved a major finance problem.
So one major finance problem in my first company, it was that as an intern there in the books what you study in BCom and MBA, that is totally different how the company works there. So new things I came to know that credit notes are coming. The amount of credit note you put will get the margin will be affected more. So the expense of the company doesn't change. The revenue of the company changes. If you're doing 10 crore business and if you're putting one CR, right, not 1 CR will be deducted from the revenue because you have taken in the previous month book. So accordingly, I learned that was a big challenge managing the credit note and taking approvals from the CFOs. Here also, number of approvals goes on credit note. So if the invoicing is wrong, you need to be pinpoint perfect in doing a particular invoice. Once it goes to the credit note or reverse and refill, it is very difficult to answer the CFOs and higher authorities, senior financiers also why this is wrong, how it is doing. So how much negative value is coming, everything you need to write a mail and to solve it up. That is a main problem there in invoicing and all. And payment is something that it depends on client to client. Some clients, they are very cooperative. They will give it before the credit period. But some other clients are little bit hesitant. You need to push them from the month beginning already so that the operation see. For finance, there is no target. But for operation, there are targets for collections in this G4S. They need to achieve their target. Finance will push them. Finance will support you in collection because finance is not interacting with any day-to-day basis. This is an operation person who is interacting with the client day-to-day basis. If I go also, they will tell, okay, like this, but operation team, we need to support. So we support it in the collection part. If the amount is very high, they can't explain because the operation is not that much trained as finance can talk with the client so easily, procurement head and all. So that is the main issue, handling the clients and doing the invoicing to the pressure job.
Right. So what skill helps you to stay sharp in your day-to-day finance tasks?
So one of the skill which I learned from ABBS was one of the professor was there in ABBS, Satish. I think you were there? No, I think he left now. He was a person means if it is 9:15 means you need to enter at 9:15. 9:16 means you're gone out of the class, come next class. So it is a good thing there. So in the company also, within 6, you need to close your books. If you're not closing, that is your fault. Your revenue will be lost. Simple logic is in the company only. So this thing helped me a lot. So professor also used to means 9:15 you need to enter or you come in the next class. And one more thing, you need to maintain all documentation and this all thing which sharpens us. Basically, Excel part, I know from the beginning only when the Shalini member there, he used to teach me Excel very, very politely and nicely. So this Excel also is helping me a lot. Now, basically, getting on time is a very important part in finance. My manager tells me here and there something should be 2 things in finance is very important. Loyal to the company. Other departments they're never loyal to the company, but finance department, 2-3 things you will be okay. You're not doing the work 2-3 days late. We can adjust, but 1 rupee, that calculation you should have in your mind that this rupees is here.
Absolutely. It's a very integral part of any company. So how do you ensure accuracy when everything is time sensitive in finance?
So basically, in my company, my manager is working for 28 years now in the same company.
Wow.
He is working for 28 years. He has given his 60 to 70% of life to the company. What he tells me when I joined is to write everything in a copy. Oh, the facility now the technology has increased so nicely that we also write in the copy, but not that much. And some invoices coming from HOME that will go by post. It takes around 8 days to get to the client. So from 28 years, it is working. So now the basic challenge is then learning the technology, such as Zoho and study of the ledger, how the ledger entries are passed, AP team, AR team, how they are connected with each other, how R2R is connected with each other. R2R basically they handle the PNL part. They are basically
Okay.
the PNL only they handle. So everything is connected in finance. Means I am in AR means I can't say that I am only in AR. I need to communicate with tax team also for raising the credit notes. Because tax has to give approvals or credit. Yes, you can go forward. They have accepted the invoice credit note. You can raise the credit notes for tax, AR, AR is basically for credit note and HE. If duplication of invoice is done, means in one invoice, two payments have been received. So you need to refund that back to the client. So AP is involved there. And after that, it goes to R2R. If credit note is recorded, you need to give the credit note to the R2R team and they will post the entire accordingly. So everything is interlinked and everything is technology. Now everything mails and all. You need to be very accurate, very much proven to the technology. Communication should be 110%. Without communication, you can't. Then simply will write a mail. That's it. No, you need to push them also because they have also a big burden on their head. They will forget. Sometimes you need to call. Okay, do this for me. So they will pass the entry accordingly. The communication. See, technology you learn, you will get. You will work in a company, get to know technology. But communication is very much important in a company. Without communicating, you can't go. Right.
Right. So, how did ABBS prepare you for real world corporate finance role?
So basically, ABBS helped me in the initial stage. I first of all see in getting a corporate world, you need to face rejection. So with basically 2 3 placements, it came to my college. So I didn't got selected, but that interview experiences helped me a lot. So eventually, that exposure, the entering to the gate of the corporate, it is very important, which ABBS supported me in that process.
Right. So, one ABBS learning you still use in your everyday life.
That I told before only that getting on time means very important. Means clean and everything. And uniform. Professor helped me a lot. Sir, it was his that he taught me everything, how to wear the formals properly. This all things the corporate people look from top to bottom. If you walk also, the HR people will be there. They will be seeing you every time, how you walk, how you talk, how you behave, how you're communicating. That is the main thing which I learned from ABBS. And after that, how to do means one work before time and start it today. Why if the deadline is on Monday, start it today. Do 1 hour work in a weekend. That is nice now.
Yeah.
Being not on Monday up to Monday night is better to do for 1 hour today and 1 hour tomorrow, and the remaining 8 hours in office it's already done. So this is the thing I learned from ABBS. This is the main thing.
Right.
So
Yeah. So, what would be your advice to the students of ABBS who want to build their career in finance?
So my advice will be if a person who is wanting to join as a finance role in a corporate company. So if you think that weekend I can enjoy and Monday to Friday on work, it is not possible. Month end you need to work. You need to work and you need to close your books within 5th because within 10th they will go for GST filing. Once the GST filing is done, the books are closed, sales order is closed. So for finance department, the month end, March and quarter end closing, these are very important. For some companies, that is December also for US. For my company, it is January because they're US based company. So they close their books on January. December only they close, 31st December. So when auditors are coming, you can't simply tell that I'm taking a CL and I'm going. You need to be very much genuine to the company. See, other departments, sales department, if they go here and there, then you can get a replacement very easily. Finance also will get replacement, but finance, no, they hold the candidate. If they're good, means see, my manager is also working for 28 years. Something good is there. Oh, he's working for 28 years. So that is the thing. You have to be very much obedient. If some mails are coming, some calls are coming, you need to attend. Nothing else. If some major issues are there, okay, fine. I will do it on Monday. They will adjust. It depends upon the manager how it is there. So some managers are there that they are very toxic. They will little bit here and there. But managers will in the initial stage in finance, manager is the one who decides where you will go in the future. So if the manager is good, it's all.
Right. It was really insightful conversation, and thank you so much for joining us.